May I now invite Professor S.P. Chaminda, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, National Gem and Jewellery Authority, to share insights on Sri Lanka's renowned gem and jewellery sector.
Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I straight away will go to the presentations because of the time constraint. So I'm a chairman of National Gem and Jewellery Authority. So this is the organization work on gem and jewellery industry. So in Sri Lanka, gem and jewellery industry have three segments. We authorize the mining, value addition, and the export. So we are going to give a brief introduction about the authority. This one is so old authority in Sri Lanka. You know, we are much famous for the gem from the historical time. So all the times we authorized all the activities on gem and jewelry. So it is, as an act, we make it in 1993. It's very old. And we are working on regulations, and we are having a lot of authorizations on these activities as a government authority. So our core functions: development of the gem and jewellery sector, regulation and licensing of industry participants, promotion of Sri Lankan gem and jewellery in global market, protection of national resources and prevention of illegal activities. So all the times we are trying to comply with the ESG, and the product we are going to give to the international market. So it is going to be a kind of a legally mined, legally enhanced and legally exported product. That is the most important nowadays in the international market, so with the ESG compliance. So I will miss some of the slide because of the time constraint. Like we issue a gem mine license to make it all mining legal, and we have some systems to register some of the exporters, and we are monitoring all the activities as a government authority, and we always try to make it legal. So in export sector we have more than actually for any kind of gem deal, our people should get the license. So in Sri Lanka we have more than 4,000 dealers. Out of it, there are around 1,000 exporters. So gem exporters, they are exporting gem to entire globe. In previous years, actually our destination was like USA, Thailand, China, and many other countries. But unfortunately, India is in the lower level, right? So today our expectation to take India up. With the jewelry sector, actually we are trying to make all hallmarking and give a kind of a right product for the consumers. Because of that, we have some kind of a system established to make hallmarking and certification for the gold product our people's making. So that's also monitored by our authority, and we are always try to make the quality, right? We are try to guarantee the quality of the product, because our product goes to very high-end jewelry. Because of that, always we are asking our exporters to supply the quality product to the global scale jewelry sector. And we are having some kind of a laboratory, and we are on the way to accredit all the laboratories, because in Sri Lanka, so gemstones should get the certificate before export it. So some of the international laboratories also working with Sri Lanka, and they are providing the certificate for our stones, and it give a kind of identity for the stones. Always in Sri Lanka, actually, we are training the people. You may know in Sri Lanka in a value added process. So we are a kind of country making cut and polish. In the cut and polish sector, we are having really expertise, and many of the stones, after getting the rough stones, it get the value with the cut and polish. If the cut is not good, that you see that value don't come. So with the Sri Lankan cutters, you see they are making the really perfect cutter. So here there are some delegates who are really doing this process, and you can have a meeting with them. So all the rough stones, even Sri Lanka, you all know, it's a source country. We are having a bigger variety of the sapphire, right? Like blue sapphire is a kind of main, but yellow, pink, right? We have many other sapphires. At the same time, with these sapphires, actually our peoples importing a lot of other varieties from the other sourcing country, like Madagascar, Tanzania, and Kenya, something. And those stones make value addition at Sri Lanka because of our value added people, especially cut and polish, and some of the heat treatment. So there are some stones we are doing the heat treatment and adding the value. So we have a lot of expertise, and I can introduce in later some of the heat treater giving the color, but that color don't get down because of the technology our people use it. So that kind of guarantees we can give for our stones. So when you are putting those stones to your jewelry, so you won't have a trust on that word, because if you put in the stone to your jewelry, but if the color of the stone get down by 2-3 years, so you are going to lose your industry. So that guarantee we can give as a nation, and our people have that technology, and always they are doing the research, and they are trying to make it perfect stones for the industry. Always as authority we are supporting our exporters. Something like here we are getting the delegates from Sri Lanka to other countries, and we are supporting international exhibitions participant, because then only they are getting the network with the global industry. So always as authority we are with them to promote our stones for the global industry. And we are always try to brand our blue sapphire, and we are brand the sourcing country. Because we are the sourcing country, we are going to get that tagline to the global jewelry industry. And always we compliance and enforcement, and nowadays the global jewelry industry always think about the compliance like illegal, like ethical mining, ESG, right? So always we are trying to make it all the exporters or the mining and the value additions done in ESG compliance, continuously we monitor their activities, and always we are making the legal exports and legal product. So and we are compliance with the AML and CFT always, because now there are a lot of troubles comes with the AML and CFT. We are trying to compliance with all the kind of requirement that we need for this industry. So strategic priorities in 2026, actually in Sri Lanka we are trying to get the uniqueness of our country, like a sourcing, gem sourcing country. The tagline we are going to get it, and nowadays actually there are big trends that people in the globe directly come to Sri Lanka to purchase the gemstones, especially the most valuable stones like a blue sapphire, because now you see like some of the market get it congestion with the different sourcing, but Sri Lanka, so we are the people who make the blue sapphire most valuable blue sapphire. Our strategy to take buyers to Sri Lanka, so then they can get the right product with big trust. So that's why we are here. We want you as buyers to visit Sri Lanka and get the product from us. Then you can make the more trust on the product, right? So that is our strategy. That's why we are here, and inviting you all to visit Sri Lanka, because as Mr. Mangala said, we are going to have a few exhibition nearby, like Expo 2026. At the same time, in January, we are going to have a Passat and GEM Sri Lanka. And very near, I mean, the end of this month, we are going to have another exhibition in the source city of Ratnapura. So in Sri Lanka, we are going to facilitate some of the infrastructure for the GEM industry. I invite some of the investors to Sri Lanka. We have some kind of facilities already established. You can make trade there. So probably you can have joint ventures with our exporters, and we are ready to facilitate the kind of infrastructures. So this is the Demuavat International Gem and Jewelry Trading Center. It is open for any of the international trader. So when consider Sri Lanka, actually we take the advantage of sourcing country, at the same time our geographical location. So yesterday I visited your exhibition. It's a really good one. Then when I go around, I saw some of the very valuable jewelry articles come up with the synthetic gem. So I asked from them what is the value of this article. It says some millions. But I asked, why you put like a synthetic gem on this article? Why you don't put the natural? So you can make more valuable when you put the natural gem to this article. That is the secret. Please come to Sri Lanka, get our color stone. We have very natural and very trusty stones. Put into the articles, then you can sell it in higher price, and the consumer even definitely will happy to get it, because that's the natural, right? So that's the our requirement. I mean, we want to start our natural gemstones in your jewelry setup. So strength in India Sri Lanka Gem and Jewelry partnerships. You know, India is our big brother, right? Always India comes forward when we are having any troubles, and we always have a lot of trade agreements and trade activities. So we can supply the natural gemstone to the Indian market, and with that one we can bilaterally produce, a very valuable jewelry product to the globe. Now actually it is happening. Our products get by the Switzerland or Swiss. They are producing the high-end jewelry. Our product goes to that end. But I think so now it is open for the Indian market. You are doing the jewelry, but you are not studying our stones. So this is the big market that we can work together. So I propose try to invest in diamond industry in Sri Lanka. We have some Indian companies working on diamond, so we process it. So with the global trend, now I have seen some of the jewelries, the diamond and the blue stones or blue sapphire mixture make the more colors, like blue sapphire in the middle and surrounded by the diamond, right? It give a really vibrant designs. So with those designs actually we can collaborate and we can have joint ventures. Sometime we can have value added jewelry export together by Sri Lanka and India. So here we have a lot of delegates from Sri Lanka. They are providing really good color stones to the globe. Today during the B2B meeting, I hope you will get good information from our delegates. So we are really proud about our product. There are a lot of crowns start with Sri Lankan blue sapphire. So that's our pride actually, because these stones goes from Sri Lanka. Still this kind of stones available in Sri Lankan land, and our delegates at their shape actually these stones there. So you can get it and you can put it into the jewelry and you can win the globe. So this is the exhibition I mentioned before, like Ratnapura, probably you may heard about that. Ratnapura is the source city for the blue sapphire. So end of this month, 31st August, 1st and 2nd September, we are going to have a Gem City 2026 exhibition. You can visit there and you can buy the product of Sri Lanka. That's a natural and very trust product. So I invite you all to participate and join with that. And with that one, in January we are going to have another mega show like Facet and Gem Sri Lanka. So another exhibitions we are going to have it, and Expo 2027. So in each and every exhibition you can witness our product and you can get our product. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor.